Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels and Matt's Adeptus Mechanicus. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Adeptus Mechanicus were operating on this planet trying to collect some archaeotech that they had discovered on the planet that from a long time ago. The planet had been long abandoned. Its mines run clear, but there is technology here from a time of an era gone by that the Adeptus Mechanicus wanted to grab. So they were working on this planet. Dark Angels happened to be in the sector and received some information that was not necessarily of the strongest order. That apparently they heard that the archaeotech may have been tainted by chaos, and that this may have been that the Adeptus Mechanicus really shouldn't have been messing with it. Usually the information wouldn't be enough for them to spur into action, but the commanders from up on high in the rock decided that this might be a good opportunity to test the loyalty of their new Primaris brethren in a battle against their former, or their creator, the Belisarius Cawl and his Adeptus Mechanicus from Mars. So they decided to go into battle and test their loyalty, as all true Dark Angels like to do. So that's the story that we've got going on. We are going to be playing the Targets of Opportunity mission from Chapter Approved, which is a Maelstrom mission. So we've got 6 objectives spread out throughout the board. And what we're going to do is this regular Maelstrom game, so with the cards, except that at the beginning of your turn you discard any card that you didn't accomplish and redraw another 3. So you can't keep them going on. There's a stratagem that's specific to this mission. For 2 CP you can actually keep a card. So say for instance that during the fight phase you had gotten his you drew Kingslayer and you got their Warlord down to like 1 wound. You know that next round of combat you're going to kill him. You can spend those 2 CP to try to get yourself another shot at that and getting that D3 victory points to get you the win there. So that's what we've got going on. That's the story. That is the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out today. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment and a spearhead detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have a Master in Gravis armor. We have a Primaris librarian with a Force sword and a Primaris chaplain. We have 2 5-man intercessor squads. We have a 5-man scout squad with camo cloaks and sniper rifles. We have a Primaris ancient. We have a 9-man reaver squad with grav shoots. We have 2 land speeders, one with an assault cannon and heavy flamer, and the other with an assault cannon and heavy bolter. Then for the spearhead detachment, we have a Primaris lieutenant with a power sword and a plasma pistol. We have a whirlwind with a vengeance launcher. We have a 5-man devastator squad with 4 heavy bolters. And last but not least, we have 2 10-man hellblaster squads. And then for Adeptus Mechanicus, he'll be running a battalion detachment and a super heavy auxiliary detachment. Leading off the battalion detachment, we have Belisarius Cawl and a tech priest Dominus with eradication array and raiment of the Technomartyr. We have a Cybernetica Datasmith and 2 Castellan robots with 3 heavy phosphor blasters each. We have 2 squads of 5 Sakaran infiltrators, 1 squad with taser goads and flechette blasters, and the other squad with power swords and stub carbines. We have a 6-man Cataphren destroyer squad with plasma culverins and phosphor blasters. We have a 10-man ranger squad with 2 plasma calivers. We have a 10-man vanguard squad with radium carbines. And last but not least, for the super heavy auxiliary detachment, we have a Knight Crusader with a battle cannon, an Avenger Gatling cannon, 2 heavy stubbers, a heavy flamer, and a Storm Spear missile pod. All right, so those are the armies going over deployment here. I've got one of my land speeders over here. I've got the 2 squads of hellblasters over on this side. I've got my Primaris lieutenant, my librarian, my ancient, and my master over here. I've got the scouts up in this building over here. I've got my 1 squad of intercessors here with the chaplain. We've got the heavy bolter dev squad over here. We've got the whirlwind in the back over here. Another land speeder here. This is the one with the heavy flamer, and intercessors here. And then I've got my reavers in Deep Strike Reserve. Going over deployment for the Adeptus Mechanicus, we've got his Vanguard in the front there, as appropriately. We've got the Cataphren Destroyers right behind him. We've got Cawl in the back over here. We've got Rangers up in the building over here. we've got the what's it called? What's the Tech Priest Dominus, thank you. And we've got the Castellan robots and the Data Smith in the back there, and he's got his knight hiding in the building back over there, like a coward or someone with smarts. And then in Infiltrate, he's got his 2 squads of Sicaran infiltrators. So that's the deployment. As of right now, Adeptus Mechanicus are going to be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. Show me that fill face. Yeah, with the fill phase. Woo! All right, so we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, so first turn here for the Dark Angels cards drawn. I got Seize and Interrogate, which I need to kill an enemy character in close combat. I have Defend Objective 5 and the Path of Redemption, which is if I charge a unit with a higher power rating than my own, I score a point. So that's it for the cards. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. My Land Speeder stood still back here. My Sniper stood still. My Hellblasters here moved up. These guys, all these characters here moved up. These Hellblasters stood still. These Intercessors, stood still, along with the Chaplain. Whirlwind stood still. Heavy Bolter, Dev Squad stood still. These Intercessors over here stood still. My Land Speeder over there advanced up there, moving 22 inches with the roll of a 6. And then I spent 1 command point on Speed of the Raven, which allows him to shoot, even though he had shoot and charge if he wants to, even though he advanced. So I'm going to actually roll to see if I get that command point back because of my Master Strategist. My Warlord, by the way, is going to be my Master with the Gravis armor. I do get it back, which is pretty sweet. And then I dropped in my Reavers right next to them on Objective 5 over there. So that's it for movement phase. We will come back to you with my Psychic. I've got nothing in range there, so we're just going to come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so we're going to start off by attacking with my Whirlwind. He's going to fire into his Cataphron Destroyers over here. I'm going to spend a command point on Data Link Telemetry. Let's see if I get that back. I do get it back, so I'm still at 7 command points. Data Link Telemetry means that if the unit is within sight and 12 inches of a Land Speeder, then I get to, the attacks automatically hit. So I've got the Vengeance Launcher on him, so we're going to do this. It's 2d3 shots. Auto hits now because of that Data Link Telemetry. So that's 3 shots. Strength 7, Toughness 5, so looking for 3s to wound. We've got 3 wounds, AP -1. They do have Shroud Psalm on, so that's going to be covered. So it's going to be regular saves here. 4 ups. And he makes 2 of them, so one of them takes 2 wounds. All right, so now my Devastator squad is going to fire into the Cataphron Destroyers over here. I'm going to spend the command point for Hellfire Shells on one of the models. Let's see if I get that command point back. I do? Crazy. So the Hellfire round, I'm going to use the one with the Signum is going to be the one with the Hellfire round firing into them over there. So this is going to be hitting on a 2. That's a hit. So D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. All right, so now the other guys are going to fire in there. So there's 3 heavy bolters left. Strength, looking for, so 3 shots each with the heavy bolters. Hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right, that one's a cocked one. Alrighty, so we got 2 misses there. These are Strength 5, Toughness 5, so looking for 4s to wound. Alrighty, so we got 4 wounds, AP -1, +1 because of Shroud Psalm, so now looking for 4s. Failing 3 of them. All right, so now my Land Speeder here is going to fire his Heavy Flamer into the Vanguard here, and the Assault Cannon into the Cataphrons. Because I use the Speed of the Raven, he gets to shoot here. So we got the Heavy Flamer, D6 hits, 3 hits, Strength 5, Toughness 3, so looking for 3s to wound. 1 wound, AP -1, +1 because of Shroud Psalm, 4 up. He's good. All right, so now my Land Speeder is going to fire his Assault Cannon into him. So he moves, so it's going to be hitting on 4s. All right, wow, pretty. I'll take that. Strength 6, looking for 3s to wound. Okay. That's 2 wounds, AP -1, +1, 4 ups. Fails 1. All right, now the Reavers are going to fire their heavy bolt pistols into the Vanguard over here. So we've got 9 shots hitting on 3s. All right. Strength 4 looking for 3s to wound. All right, so we got 4 wounds, AP -1. 4 ups. Making 3 of them. Wow, pretty good. All right, now this squad of Hellblasters is going to fire into his knight over there. I am going to spend the command point on weapons from the Dark Age. Do I get it back? I do, with a filth face. Holy cow. All right, so they're going to fire now into him. They're going to supercharge. So they are going to be hitting on 3s. Re-rolling 1s. Don't need to. So I got 3 misses there. These are now strength 8. He's toughness 8, so wounding on 4s. Well, actually, this is the... re-rolling 1s to wound, but I got no 1s in there. So we still got 5 wounds going through. AP -4, so he's got 5 ups. He makes 2 of them, so he takes 9 damage. All right, now my scouts here are going to fire into his knight back there. So I've got 5 attacks hitting on 3s. All right. That's 4 hits. Wounding on toughness 8, so wounding on 6s, which will do a mortal wound as well. Getting 1 immortal wound and 1 save. AP dash. AP dash? Yes. 2 up. He's got a 2 up armor save. No, that goes through. All right, so now my my other Hellblaster squad here is going to fire into his Castellan robots over there. So they are going to supercharge. So I've got 10 shots here, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because Grim Resolve. All righty, it's pretty good. All right, these are going to be strength 8, toughness 7. So looking for 3s to wound. All right, not getting to reroll 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds there. AP -4.
We're going to be taking the invuln save.
All right, so they're going to be doing their invul save, which is a what? It's a 5 up?
It's normally a 5 up.
Okay.
Aegis, so a 4 up would do it.
All right, so 4 up because of Aegis. So they're going to be 4 up invul saves.
2 mortal wounds, and
he makes all of them, and I take 2 mortal wounds, which is brutal. All right, so this guy up here is the one who died. So on a 4 up because of the banner, he'll get to shoot again. No, he does not. And that will be it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 1. We will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Adeptus Mechanicus on turn 1. All right, so my opponent got Defend Objective 3, Secure Objective 4, and Kingslayer. Objective 3 is Underneath Call here, and Objective 4 is back here. So pretty good draw for him. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Adeptus Mechanicus here on turn 1. All right, movement phase here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. These infiltrators dropped in right there, 9 inches away. His knight moved up over this way. His Vanguard moved up over here. Ranger stood still. Those guys all stood still. Cawl stood still. Breacher stood still. Destroyer stood still. And then these spiky boys dropped in over here, 9 inches from each of these 2 different squads. So that is going to be it for movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now we're going to start with the Rangers here. They're going to fire the Galvanic rifles into the Reavers, and then the plasma calibers into my Landspeeder. So we're going to go with the Galvanic rifles first, hitting on 3s.
Rerolling for Dan.
Rerolling because of Cawl. All right, so we've got 6 hits. Strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 2 wounds, 2 3 ups. And I failed one of them. All right, so now the 2 plasma calibers are going to supercharge into my Landspeeder there. So the first guy hitting on 3s, rerolling because of Cawl. Ooh, he is going to be dead. And then the other guy rerolling because of Cawl. Oh, and he is dead too. He's going to spend a command point. Oh, you can't spend a command point because you can't reroll a reroll. So yeah, so that's 2. They're both dead, but they got 2 hits. So these are strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. That's 2 wounds. Gonna do the 4 up invul save because of Jink. And he makes them both. Woo! Alright, so now these guys are gonna fire their radium carbines into the Reavers over there. So, hitting on 3s. With the reroll, we'll come back to you with that. And the reroll. Alright, we'll come back to you. Alright, wounding on 5s. 6 is causing 2. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so we've got 6 5s and 4 6s. The 6s do 2 damage each. So we're going to go with the 5s first. These are AP nothing, so looking for 3 ups. Failing one of them. And then we've got 4 doing 2 damage each, again, looking for 3s. I'm going to spend a command point on that one. Yeah, with a fill face. And do I get it back, the command point? I don't. Finally spent the command point. And now Cawl is going to fire into my land speeder with his solar atomizer. So these are going to be hitting on 2s. All right, re-rolling because of himself. Lucky for him. All right, so that is 3 hits. Strength 10. So looking for 3s to wound. We got 1 wound. AP 4. So we're going to do the 4-up invul save because of Jink. No, failed that one. D3 damage into 2. And now the eradication array into him, into my land speeder. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling because of Cawl. That's 3 hits. Strength 6, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. 4-up invul saves. Failing 1, D3 damage. 3 damage. All right, so now his Cataphren destroyers are going to fire all their phosphoblasters into my Reavers. 2 of the plasma are going to go into the Reavers, and 2 of the plasma are going to go into my Devastator squad back here. So these are all the phosphoblasters. 2 of them are in rapid fire range. So hitting on 4s, re-rolling because of Cawl. That is pretty good. Strength 5, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. AP -1, so 3 4-ups. And I failed 1. So the first ones we're going to do, we're going to go into the Devastator squad over here. So we got 2d6 shots, so 2 shots. Hitting on 4s. Rerolling because of Cawl, right? Yep, so that's 2 hits. Strength 7, so looking for 3s to wound. That is 2 wounds. AP -3. +1, so looking for 5-up saves. Making 1. And then the 2d6 into the Reavers over there. Getting 4 shots from them. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Rerolling because of Cawl.
Thank goodness.
So that is 2 hits. Wounding on strength 7, so wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. AP -3, so looking for 6-ups. No, not getting it. So that is going to be 1 guy dead. All right, the guys with the Flechette blasters here are going to fire into my Hell blasters. 25 shots hitting on 3s. All right, I'll come back to you with that. All right, and there was 5 misses, and now looking for 5s to wound. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so that was 7 hits, 7 wounds, I should say. These are going to be looking for 3-up saves. And I failed 2 of them. All right, the guy that was right there is going to die. See if he gets to shoot because of the banner. He does. All right, so he's going to get the 1 shot into his knight over here. I am going to supercharge, so hitting on a 3. Nope, I already used my reroll during this turn, so I do not get anything with that. All right, so these guys here are going to use their stub carbines to shoot into the Reavers over there, so hitting on 3s. All right. All right. These are now going to be strength what? Strength 4. Do you want to check that? Yeah, we're going to check that. All right, yep, strength 4, so hit wounding on 4s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so 7 wounds, so looking for 3-ups. Failing 2 of them. All right, so now his knight is going to fire. The Storm Sphere missiles are going to fire into my Whirlwind back there. His battle cannon is going to fire into my Hell blasters back here in cover. He's going to fire the heavy stubbers, the 2 heavy stubbers into my scouts, and then the Avenger Gatling cannon into my Hell blasters up here. So which one are we going to do first?
Battle cannon.
Battle cannon first, so 2d6 shots. So 5 shots, we'll come back to that. All right, 5 shots hitting on 3s. All right, that is all but 1 hit. Strength 8, so wounding on 2s. 3 wounds. AP -2, so these are going to be +1 because they're in cover, so looking for 4-ups. Make 1 of them, so 1 at a time now. Yep. D3, right, you said? First one is 1 wound, and then the other one's going to kill him with 1.
It was just 1 wound.
All right, so the guy that was over there is going to be the one. Do I get to fire back with him? On a 4+, I do. So he is going to fire into the knight as well, supercharged, hitting on a 3. Oh, come on! All right, now the Gatling cannon into the Hell blasters up here. All right, hitting on 3s. All right.
4, 6, 7.
7, and now these are going to be strength
6.
6, so wounding on 3s.
2 damage each.
So we've got 2 misses there, so we've got 5 wounds.
-2, 2 damage.
AP -2.
Oh, let me take that.
Yeah, so AP -2, so looking for 5 ups.
A lot of wounds.
And oh no, failed them all. 2 wounds each. That is killer. All right, so the 5 were in range of the banner there, so looking for 4 ups to see if they can fire. Getting 2 of them. 2 of them get to fire back. So they're going to fire supercharged into the knight over there. 2 shots hitting on 3s. Man, keep rolling those 2s for them. Strength 8 looking for 4 to wound. That's a wound. AP -4, so 5 up invul. Yeah, and he's good.
And then we got.
And then the stubbers, 2 of them into the scouts over here. Hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 4s.
Yeah, these are guys.
Getting 2 wounds, 2 up saves. Oh, failed 1. And now the Storm Spear is going to fire into my Whirlwind over there. So it's going to be heavy D3 shots. 1 second. All right, so heavy D3, so D3 shots. Right? Was it? Oh, heavy 3. I'm sorry, heavy 3. I thought you said D3. So heavy 3, so hitting on 3s. So that is 1 hit. Strength 8, so looking for a 3 to wound. No wound. He's going to spend a command point on that one. Oh, no. All right, so those guys there are going to fire into my Hellblasters back here. He's going to use the Wrath of Mars, which is on a to wound roll of a 6. It does a mortal wound in addition. So these are going to be hitting on 4s, re-rolling because of call,
You can spin
and then the re-roll over here. All right.
And the other guys over there.
All right, and now these are going to be strength 6. So these are going to be wounding on 3s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so now there were 2 6s in there, so that's going to be 2 mortal wounds and 8 total wounds. These are AP -2. I do not get the benefit of cover because of them being fancy boys. So here we go. So we got 8 5 up saves, making 3 of them. So that's 1, 2 and a half. So 3.5 guys dead. All right, so the 3 guys I removed were over here. They were within range of the banner. So looking for see if they can shoot. One of them does, hitting on the 3, shooting into the knight, supercharging. That's a hit. That is not a wound, but he would be within range of the lieutenant there. So that is a wound for a 5 up. No, goes through. So that is 2 more wounds. All right, so over here, that's it for the shooting phase. So now his Vanguard are going to charge into both my squads over here. So we're going to start with Overwatch from the Landspeeder. Heavy Flamer first. 6 hits. All right, looking for 3s to wound. That is 4 wounds. AP -1. 4 ups because of Shroud Psalm. Makes all but 1 of them. And now the Assault Cannon. Not getting anything. All right, so now the Reavers are going to do Overwatch. The first guy is going to throw a shock grenade, so grenade D3. So 3 shots. Looking for 6s. Oh, getting 2. So they're going to be -1 to hit in the fight phase. And now we've got 5 pistol shots hitting on 6s. Getting 1. That is a wound. AP -1. Use a Shroud Psalm and they're good. All right, so looking for 4 and 6. Ooh, getting in with 4. All right, so this is actually movement after a pile in, so they're not actually engaged. These guys are going to charge into both of them over here. So the Landspeeder can't Overwatch, but the other guys can. But they're out of range for the shock grenade. So here comes just the pistol shots. Getting 1 hit. No wound there. And they're going to need a 9-inch charge. No, not getting it. All right, he's going to spend a command point. No, Dale does not get it. All right, so now his infiltrators here are going to charge into my Hellblasters. They are going to supercharge. So we're going to go with, they're hitting on 6s. All right, re-rolling 1s because of the master there. So that is 1 hit, strength 8, looking for 2s to wound. Re-rolling because of the lieutenant. Serious? You're going to do that to me? All right, and they need a 9-inch charge. Oh, they do not get it. All right, so the Vanguard here, because of the shock grenade that hit them there, is going to be hitting on 5. Or no, it's less. 1 second. All right, so they're going to be hitting on 5s over here because of the shock grenade. All right, getting, looks like 2 hits there. All right, and these are now, he would be strength 3, but they got +1 because of the mechanical, so strength 4 looking for a, oh, that's 2 wounds. Looking for 3 ups. I need to make both of these, and I do, woo! All right, so now we're going to activate my Reavers. I've got 19 attacks for them, 2 base for the regular guys, 3 for the sergeant, and then +1 for their combat knives. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. And then 3s to wound. All righty. Then, so we've got 3, 6, 8 saves. 8 4-ups. Making a lot of them, failing 1, 2, 3 of them. And now the land speeder is going to attack, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. Wah, wah. So at the end of the fight phase, I'm going to spend the 3 command points, honor the chapter, to activate my Reavers again. So let's see if I get back a command point from that. I don't, so it's going to be 3 down from that one. But then they will get to attack back again. All right, so here we go. 19 attacks again, hitting on 3s. All righty then. These are now going to be wounding on 3s. Was there, hold on a second. All right, so now these are going to be wounding on 3s. We've got a bunch of 1s and 2s is what we got. 3, 6, 7 wounds. 7 4-ups.
Do it, boys. Live.
Failing 3 of them. All right. All right, so that is the end of the fight phase now. So now he is going to do morale test on them. They lost 7 guys this round. 1 from Overwatch, 6 from the fight phase. So he's going to roll for morale. So he's got leadership. So 7 plus 6. And they are running. That is wiped. And that is first blood. And now my Reavers are going to take their morale test. 3 plus 3 is 6. They're good. Now these guys lost 4 over here. 4 plus 5 is 9. Rerolling because then they shall know no rules. 3 is good. And then these guys over here lost 6. So 6 plus 4 is not going to make it. So plus rerolling because then they shall know no rules. 3 plus 6 plus 3 is 9. Ooh, 1 second. And they lost 1, so he went away. So that is the end of the turn there for the Ad Mech. So at the end of his turn, I did score defend objective 5 from those guys being there in the middle, and then he scored both. Well, he's still holding defend objective 3, but he did score secure objective 4. So we'll come back to you after with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, so the cards that I drew, I discarded the other 2 because that's what you do for this mission. Then I got defend objective 6, which my scouts are on. Overwhelming firepower, so kill things in the shooting phase, and then behind enemy lines. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2.
They're far enough away.
All right, movement phase. We got my scout stood still. My speeder moved up here. All of these guys, the 2 Hellblaster squads and all of the characters there moved up this way. These intercessors and my chaplain moved up this way. These intercessors moved up this way. My heavy bolters all stood still, and my whirlwind stood still. My land speeder shot up over there, within 3 inches of the objective, and then my Reavers moved up towards his Castellan robots there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so starting off the psychic phase, my Primaris librarian, the Glacial Geek librarian, is going to cast Mind Wipe onto his knight over there. So I need to get this off on a 7. Oh, it does not go off, and I am not going to... No, I am going to spend a command point on that one. And I do get it off, so now we roll a d6, each of us, and add our leadership. We both have leadership 9, so it's a higher dice. 2 and a 2, so it's equal. That means that that nothing happens. And do I get back the command point? No, I do not. All right, so now he's just going to cast Smite. Has to go in the closest over there, so into those dude bros, looking for a 5. Getting it with a 5, so D3 mortal wounds. 1. All right, so now into the shooting phase. These guys are going to fire into his knight. They are in rapid fire range. I am going to spend a command point on the weapons from the Dark Age. My opponent is going to spend a command point on rotate ion shield, so he has a 4-up invul save with him. So let's see if I get back my stratagem command point. I do get it back, which is pretty good. So now they are going to be supercharging, and they've got weapons from the Dark Age. So we're going to do it one at a time for those guys. So hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of the master. Oh, one guy did. Not great. Next one. All right, that's another 2 hits. That's cocked. All right, so that is going to be 5 hits and 1 dead guy. So the 5 hits. Hitting on, or no, those are all hits. So now it's strength 8, toughness 8. So wounding on 4s. All right, so we've got 4 wounds. 4-up invul saves. Failing 4 of them. So he gets 12 wounds. He is dead. Does he explode? Oh, he's going to spend a command point, reroll one of them. And he gets it, so that's 3, so he's down to 3 wounds. And the guy's in banner range, so let's see if he gets to shoot again. He does with a 6, so he's going to supercharge in rapid fire range, 2 shots, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits, wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. That is 2 wounds, 2 4-ups. Oh, and he fails them both, so he will be dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. Now my land speeder is going to assault into his guys over here. So we've got the assault cannon first, hitting on 4s because he moved. Okay, that would have been hitting even if he was standing still. Wounding on their toughness 3, so looking for 2s. Reroll, nope, he's not in range there, so it's just 1 wound at AP -1. 5 up, no, goes through. All right, so now this squad here is going to fire into his infiltrator squad over here. They are going to supercharge. I can't spend weapons of the Dark Age because I already did that this turn. So the first 3 guys are in rapid fire range. So we're going to go with the first one there. Hitting on a 3. That's 2 hits. Second one. Rerolling 1s because of the master. That's into a miss, but not an explodes, which is good. And the third in rapid fire range, it's a hit. And then the other 2 guys miss, but not getting to reroll. These are now going to be wounding on 2s, because it's toughness 3, right? So we've got 6 wounds at AP -4. They've got 6-up invul saves. Made 2, so 4. Oh no, 4 is enough to kill them all. All right, so now my intercessors over here are going to fire into his infiltrators over there. So we got 10 shots. They're all in rapid fire range, hitting on 3s. Not getting to reroll 1s because they did move. Strength 4, toughness 3, so looking for 3s to wound. All right, so we got 4 wounds. Yeah, you got. He assumed I was going to get way more. These are AP -1, so 5 ups. Making 1, so 1 is dead and 1 is at 1 wound. And now this intercessor squad is going to fire into his murder locust over here. So he's got 3 of them in rapid fire range, so we've got 8 shots coming in. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, they also move, but didn't make a difference there. Wounding on 3s. All right, so we got another 4 wounds, 4 5-ups. Making 3 of them with 6s. Well done. All right, so now my Devastator squad here with the heavy bolters are going to fire. I'm going to spend command point on Hellfire Shells. The Hellfire Shell one is going to fire into the Cataphront Destroyers. The rest are going to fire into his dude bros up here. So we're going to see if I get back the command point for Hellfire Shells. I do not, so I'm down to 1. And now we're going to see if the Hellfire Shell is going to be hitting on, this is going to be hitting on 3. That's a hit. D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds. All right, so now the other 3 are going to fire into here. So we got 9 shots hitting on 3s. All right, no 1s to reroll there. Strength 5, toughness 3, looking for 3s to wound. All right. Whoa, that was rough. All right, we got 3 wounds, AP -1, so 3 5-ups. Making 2 of them. 1 more wound. All right, so now we're going to move on to my Whirlwind, who's going to fire into these guys over here. So 2d3 shots. All right, so we got 4 shots coming in here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that one. Oh, back into a 1, of course. Do I get that command point back? I'm not going to use that same dice. Yeah, I do, okay. So 3 hits. Strength 7. Whoop. Wounding on 2s. Oh! So 2 wounds. AP -1. So 2, yeah, AP -1. Yep, AP -1. So we got 2 5-ups. And he makes them both. And now my land speeder here is going to fire his assault cannon into his infiltrators over here, and his heavy flamer into his rangers up there. So we're going to go with into the infiltrator. So 6 shots hitting on 4s because he moved. Okay. Oh, come on. 2. AP looking for 2s to wound. All right, 1 wound. AP -1. So 5 up. Whoa, that went flying. Oh, and he's good with a 6. And now the heavy flamer going in there. 6 hits. Yeah. Strength 5, toughness 3, looking for 3s to wound. Oh, that's how you do it. Make him back up for those. That is 6 wounds at AP -1, +1 because they're in cover. So it's 6 4-ups, right?
Yep.
And, oh, that's how you do it right back. Oh, man. All right, so now these guys are going to fire. My Reavers are going to fire their heavy bolt pistols into the Castellan robots over there. So we got 6 shots between them hitting on 3s. All right, so we've got 4 hits. And for those of you saying, why don't I throw the shock grenades? They don't work on vehicles, only on infantry. So, because my thought was to throw the grenade, but my opponent was like, do they work on vehicles? And the answer is no, unfortunately. For me. For him, he's like very happy. So we got 4 hits. Strength 5. Whoa, 1 second. All right, strength 4, toughness 7. So looking for 5s to wound. Yeah. All right, so now my scouts are going to fire. 3 of them are in range to fire into his Cybernetica Datasmith, and then 1's going to fire into the Castellan robots. So we're going to go with the 3 into the Datasmith, hitting on 3s. That is 3 hits. Looking for toughness 4 or 3? Let's find out if it makes a difference. It might make a difference. Rerolling 1s because of the being in range of the lieutenant. Okay. It might make a difference. Tough 4, so that doesn't wound. So there's just 1 mortal wound and a regular armor save for him. 2+. And he's good, so he just takes 1 wound. And then the 1 shot into the Castellan robots. That is a hit. That is a wound with a mortal wound. So he's going to try to take the invul save. No, does not get it, so that goes through. So he takes 2 wounds because of mortal wound. 1 second. Yeah, okay, it's 2 wounds, 1 from the mortal wound and 1 from failed invul save there. All right, so now that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Reavers are going to charge into his Castellan robots over here. So he's got 18 shots in Overwatch because his protocol doesn't come into effect until his next turn that he changed it to. So here we go. 6s. Oh, hitting on 5s because of Raymond of the Techno Martyr. So he's got 4 hits there. So 4 wounding on strength 6, right? So wounding on 3s. We got 3 wounds. AP -2, so looking for 5-ups. Oh, and I make 2 of them. I'll take that. All right, so here comes their charge distance. And they are totally in. All right, so he has the canonical of the, what is it, the Electromancer. So these are going to be, since I got within 1 inch, it's going to go off. So it on a 6-up, it does D3 mortal wounds. No 6-ups. So we'll come back to you with their attacks. All right, so now we're going to activate my Reavers over here. They're going to attack. They've got 3 attacks each, except for the Sergeant who has 4. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. And then looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds in there. AP nothing on these, so we got 4 2-ups. Oh, failing 1. All right, so now these guys get to attack back. So they, yep, there he goes into me over there. So these are going to be hitting on 4s or 5s? 4s, hitting on 4s. So we've got 2 hits. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound. 3-up armor save. He's good. Woo! All right, so that is the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. By killing that 1 destroyer there and managing to get my speeder in there to contest that objective, it means that I denied him defend objective 3. I got behind enemy lines with that same speeder, and I got overwhelming firepower. I killed 2 units in firing. These guys, the knight, and then the infiltrators over here. If I'd managed to kill him, I would have been D3 victory points, but I only got the 1. So 1 victory point for that, and I am starting on defend objective 6. So that is the end of the turn here for Dark Angels. We'll come back to you with the objectives for the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Be nice.
All right, so my opponent drew defend objective 2, blood and guts, and supremacy. So he will be trying to get those, and we'll see what happens after his movement phase here. All right, movement phase for the Adeptus Mechanicus. These guys moved up over this way, looking on my heavy bolter bros. His Cataphront Destroyer stood still. Cawl is moving up over this way. His Castellan robots are actually stuck in combat there because he had changed them to the, what's it called? The Protector Protocol, which allows them to shoot twice, but it locks them, they can't move for any reason. So because they were locked in combat, they can't fall back. His other guys back there stood still where they were, and the units in here, 2 of them dropped down over there to drop onto the objective. And that's about it for movement. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now we're going to start off with the Rangers there. 6 of them are in range to shoot over here into my Hellblasters, and the other 2 are going to shoot into my land speeder. So we've got the 6 into the Hellblasters. These are hitting on 4s or 3s. 3s. Rerolling because of Cawl. Alrighty, that three was a hit. Yeah, that 2. It's all good. No, you had one of them was a 3. Regardless, one of them, we got it. Strength 4, toughness 4. So looking for 4s to wound. We've got 1's at -1, 1's at regular. So we'll do the regular one first. Failed that, and then the -1 is good. And then the 2 rapid firing into him over there. Hitting on 3s, rerolling because of Big Papa Cawl. That's 4 hits. Strength 4, right? So looking for 5s to wound. Oh man, okay, getting 3 wounds, 2 at -1. So we'll do the -1s first. So we got 2 4-up saves. And I failed it. Does he, I do have 1 command point left. I'm not gonna spend it. Does he explode? No, he does not. I wish. But I am going to spend my command point on that. Yeah, with the fill phase. Woo! First, we're going to find out if I get back my my command point. I do. And then we're going to come back to you with the results of the explosion. All right, so it just did 1 mortal wound onto that squad and then into the Cataphront Destroyers. Pretty good. All right, so now his, what's his face? Tech Priest Dominus is going to fire into my intercessors over here. So heavy D3. That is 1 shot. Hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Strength 6, so looking for a 3 to wound. That's a wound. AP minus 1 second. All right, AP 2. That's going through 1 damage. All right, so these murder locusts are going to fire into my intercessors over here. Hitting on 3s, no rerolls because Cawl is really far away from them. All right, strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. 3 3-up saves, and a failed 1.
2 shots going over.
All right, so over here, his Cataphront Destroyers are going to fire 2 of their plasma. 2 of the guys are going to shoot their plasma into the bigger squad of Hellblasters. 1's going to shoot into the smaller squad of Hellblasters. And then only 2 of them are in range with their, what are they called? Phosphor Blasters into these guys over here. So we're going to go with the Phosphor Blasters first. 2 shots. Hitting on 4s, rerolling because of Cawl. Nope, nothing there. So 2d6 shots into the large squad. So we've got, not overcharging, so we got 5 shots here. 3, 4, 5, right?
I got 5 and 3. It's D6.
D6. Oh, D6. Oh, crap. All right, hitting on 4s, rerolling. Rerolling. All right. There we go. So we got 6 hits. Strength 7, right? So looking for 3s to wound. We've got 3 wounds. AP minus 3, so looking for 6 ups. Failed 3 of them, so 1 will be dead and then 1 will be wounded. All right, let's see if he gets to shoot again, the one that died, because he's in range of the banner. No, he does not. And then the 1 into the smaller squad. 6 shots. Brutal. That's almost as much as the 2 guys got in.
Show you how to do it, boy.
Yeah, he's showing them how to do it. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling because of Cawl. All right, so we got 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. Oh, no wounds. All right, that is it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase. These guys are going to charge into my heavy bolters. I've got the one guy down there. So these are going to be hitting on 6s. Ooh, got a bunch. Let's see how this goes. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. No, it didn't work in that one. Would have been funny if it did. So we got 4 hits. Strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. All right, so we got 3 wounds at AP -1. 5 ups. Oh, failed 3 of them. Kills a guy and kills that guy. Oh, brutal. But he still needs a 5-inch charge to get him in there. And he's in. All right, now Call's going to charge in over there. He is in. And then we can try to get the Tech Priest Dominus in. He is not in, not with a 2-inch. And then we've got the engine, not engine seer. The
I'll spin a command.
Oh, he's gonna spin a command point on one of those. 7 inches is gonna get him in. There we go. And then onto the Data Smith, who is also going to get in. Pretty brutal. All right, so now we're gonna go do the Electromancer thingamajobby. So on a 6. No. And then we got 3 oh no. Is it all 4? Is it which is it's in the fight? Hold on 1 second. All right, so we had a bit of a discussion here about the canonical of the Electromancer. In my opinion, I guess there was an argument about saying that that it only happens right when the canonical is activated, whoever's within 1 inch. I was under the opinion that even if a unit later goes in or eventually goes in within 1 inch, that it activates. But I do believe that it only happens the one time that you get, like the one time that you're within 1 inch, so not each turn. So at this point, we're going to go with the 3 units that newly got in there. So Cawl, the Data Smith, and the Tech Priest Dominus. So we're going to roll for them. Tell me what your opinion is. I would like to hear what you guys have to say about how you think that canonical of the Electromancer is supposed to go off. So we're going to go with this one. The 3 new units can activate it, but not the Castellans, since they had already activated it the previous time. So here we go. The 3. Looking for 6s. Got 1. So D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. All right, so starting out the fight phase, we're going to start over here with his dude bro. Princeps. So he's going to have 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, getting 1 hit. Wounding on a, not a 1. All right, so now we're going to activate Cawl. So he's going to have the Mechadendrite attacks, 2d6 attacks, so that's going to be 7 attacks. We'll come back to you with that. 7 attacks, hitting on 2s, rerolling because of himself.
Just shooting.
Oh, just shooting. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So that's 4 hits, strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. So we've got 3 wounds, 3 armor saves, looking for 3. Oh, get back here. I would have liked to keep that fill face, but I don't use drop dice. Failing 1. And now his regular attacks, 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. Oh, it's all hits. Strength 7, so wounding. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. That is going to be 3 wounds. AP -2, so 3, 5 ups. Making 2 of them, pretty good. Now the Tech Priest Dominus is going to attack in 3 attacks, hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds, 2 5 up invul, 2 up, 2 5 up armor saves, making 1 of them. All right, so now the Data Smith is going to attack in 2 attacks, hitting on 4s, 1 hit, wounding on a 3, no wound. All right, so here come the attacks from the Castellan robots. Looking for 4s. Hey, that's all hits, or all but 1 hit. That's pretty good. Looking for 3s to wound. Getting 3 wounds, 3 up armor saves, failing 2, another one dead. All right, so now I'm going to activate my Reaver over there. So that's the sergeant that's left over there. So 4 attacks into the Data Smith, hitting on 3s. Okay. Wounding on toughness 3 or 4. 4. So looking for 4s. Getting 1 wound, regular save. He's good. All right, so 4 attacks for my guys. That's all hits. Wounded on 3s. That is all wounds. Wow. Apparently they're pretty good at close combat. 4 ups.
50-50 shot. He dies or lives here.
No, he is dead. Boom. All right, so that is the end of the turn here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. I've got a morale test over there with my Reavers. I lost 4 guys, so 4 plus. 1 is good, so he is going to be there. So that is going to be it for the Adeptus Mechanicus. So I did score defend objective 6, so I still have that one. I got that one. And which ones did you score? You don't have supremacy because I managed to keep him off of this one, and he didn't get blood and guts because he didn't kill a unit in the fight phase. So that was a rough town. He could still possibly kill him on my turn, so he's going to hold on to that one, obviously. So we'll come back to you after with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, so the Dark Angels, we pulled Hold the Line, No Forgiveness, and Defend Objective 3. So we'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, so movement phase for the Dark Angels. All my Hellblasters and all of their supporting characters are moving up this way towards his dude bros. My Sniper stood still. My Speeder advanced up over that way. Intercessors moved up here. Chaplain moved back. Whirlwind stood still. So did my Heavy Bolter bros. Intercessors are moving up this way, and my Reaver fell out of combat with them over there. Taking a risk, but we'll see how this pays out. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, we're going to start off with Smite from my Librarian into Cawl, who's up there. So I am going to be looking for a 5. Perils, but it goes off with a 12. I'm going to leave that because I want the D6. So we're going to go with my wounds first. D3 mortal wounds to me is 2 mortal wounds to my guy, so he's still alive. So now D6 mortal wounds onto Cawl. 6 mortal wounds! That is killer. All right, so that's it for the psychic phase. I could do some more stuff, but I don't feel like risking killing him and killing some guys over here. So we're going to start off with these Plasma Bros. They're going to fire into Cawl. They're going to supercharge. They're in rapid fire range, and I'm going to spend my last command point on weapons from the Dark Age. Do I get that back? No, I don't. So I'm out of command points now. So let's see what they can do. So we've got 3 guys there. We're going to do it one at a time. So we're going to do the first one, hitting on 3s. All right, not getting to re-roll that, but it doesn't explode. Re-rolling 1s because of the master. So that's 3 hits. Re-rolling 1s because of the master. All right, doesn't hit but doesn't explode. So we got 4 hits. Strength 8, wounding on a toughness 7, right? Tough 6. Oh, tough 6. So still wounding on a 3. That is 4 wounds. AP minus 4. So he's got his 5-up invul save, right? So 4 5-up invul saves.
He did.
Oh, he did. So that is.
Did we make the other 3?
No. So that is called dead. And that is Slay the Warlord. All right, so now this squad here is going to fire into his Data Smith since characters no longer block other characters. So we're going to start. They're going to supercharge. They are, but not in rapid fire range there. So here we go. 2 shots hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Strength 8, so wounding on a 2. That's 2 wounds. AP minus 4. 5-up invuls. No, both go through. 2 wounds each. He is dead. And now my snipers are going to fire into his Tech Priest Dominus over there. 4 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. All right. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. Or is he toughness 5? He's toughness 4, so looking for 4s. 6 is doing mortal wounds. So it's going to be 3 saves and 1 mortal wound. So 3 2-ups. And he makes all of those, but he just takes the 1 mortal wound. Now the intercessors are going to fire into him, hitting on 3s. They did move, so I don't get to re-roll those 1s. Wounding on a 4. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP minus 1. Plus 1 for Shroud Psalm. He is good. Now my Whirlwind's going to fire into his Tech Priest Dominus over there. So we've got 2d3 shots. So it's going to be 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. That is all hits. Strength 7, so wounding on 3s. Ooh, so we got 3 wounds. AP minus 1. Plus 1. Shroud Psalm. Failing 1, that is 2 more wounds. Heavy Bolter guy's going to fire into his Tech Priest Dominus over there. So we got 3 shots each. Hitting on 3s. All right, no 1s to re-roll there, but still only 2 misses, which is pretty good. Strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. AP minus 1, plus 1 for Shroud Psalm. So we've got 8 2-ups. And he makes them all. These intercessors are going to fire into his cataphrons over there. 5 shots, hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on toughness 5, so wounding on 5s. Whew.
Roll 3 on here.
All right, so that was it for the Dark Angels shooting phase. Into the assault phase. These guys are going to try to charge into his Tech Priest Dominus over there. So here goes D3 shots in Overwatch. 1 shot on a 6. Oh, on a 5. That's right. Nope, no, nothing in there. So I need an 11-inch charge. Got no rerolls. Show me the double fill face. Oh, I saw the 5 first. Was hoping to fill face. Instead, I got a 4. So, yeah, no, they did not make it. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angels turn here. At the end of the turn, I got hold the line because I got 1, 2, 3 units back here and none of his. And I've not started on objective 3. No forgiveness. I did not kill anything that was on holding objective. So I just got the 1 the 1 point and slay the warlord, which is pretty good. So that is it for the Dark Angels turn here on turn 3. We'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Adeptus Mechanicus here on turn 3. All right, so my opponent drew Overwhelming Firepower, Big Game Hunter, which is the way we play it is if you draw a card that was never possible, it's, you know, you don't get that, but because I have my 1 whirlwind that's hiding in the back, it was viable. It wasn't a target he could take, so he had to keep that one. And then he got Rumors of Revelation, and he rolled a 6, so that's being held by my scouts over there, so that's going to be nigh impossible for him to get. So that is it for the cards here. We'll come back to you after his movement phase. All right, movement phase here for the Adeptus Mechanicus. His Cataphron Destroyers are moving up this way. His Tech Priest Dominus is moving up here. So with the Tech Priest Dominus, he forgot about his invul save, so we just had him roll for the 3 wounds he had. He saved 1 of them, and then he healed him back up another 2, so he's back at full health.
Feel no pain.
Feel no pain, sorry. The feel no pain that he had, and then we did, he healed himself up the other 2. So he's back to full health. These guys over here had to stay still because of their not protocols, what are they called? Oh yeah, protocols, I was right. Hey, doubt myself. And then his rangers all stood still in there. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now his rangers are going to fire into my 2-man Hellblaster squad over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. No rerolls because Cawl is dead. No, they got another one over there. There's 2. Back there, yeah. All right, these are strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. All right, so we've got 3 wounds. AP dash, so 2 up armor saves because they're in cover over there. And I'll make them all, woo! All right, so now his Tech Priest Dominus is going to fire into my 3-man squad of Hellblasters over here, so heavy D3. That is 2 shots, hitting on 3s because he moved. That is 2 hits, strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. That is 2 wounds. AP minus 4. Oh snap! Because of his range there, he's AP minus 4. So that's just going to go straight through. And how many wounds each is it? 1 second. All right, so it's D3 damage. So the first one kills the guy. The second one does 1 damage. All right, so he died within the banner range. Does he get to fire? He does, so he's going to fire into the Tech Priest Dominus there. He's going to supercharge. So we've got 2 shots because he's in rapid fire range. Hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on toughness 4, right? So looking for 2s to wound. That is 2 wounds at AP minus 4. So 2 5-ups. No, both go through. So that is going to be 2 damage each. So that's going to be 4 wounds, 6 up. Feel no pain, so he makes 1 of them, so he takes 3 wounds. All right, so his Cataphron Destroyers are going to fire their Phosphor Blasters into my Reaver. 2 of them are in rapid fire range. 1 is going to fire his plasma into this guy, and 2 are going to fire the plasma into those guys. So we're going to go with the blasters first into my Reaver. So here we go. Hitting on 4s, no rerolls because Cawl is dead. So we got 3 hits. Strength, wounded on strength 6, right? Or strength 5. So wounded on 3, so that is 3 wounds. AP minus 1, so we got 3 4-up saves. Oh, and I failed 2, and he's dead. And now we're gonna do the 1 plasma into him. D6 shots. That's 2 shots. Hitting on minus 1, right? Because of movement, or they don't have that? Oh, they don't take that. So that's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds. 2 6-up invul save, or no, invul saves. 2 6-up armor saves. No, failed them both. They are 1 wound each, or 1 damage each, right? So that's kills one and then does one onto him. Let's see if the one that got wounded can fire. No, he cannot. And now the 2 into the other guys in cover. So that's going to be 3 shots.
That's terrible.
These are going to be hitting on 4s, getting 1 hit, 1 wound, AP -3 plus 1 for cover. So looking for 5-up save. Yeah, and he's good. Woo! All right, so now his Castellan robots here are going to fire. One's going to fire into the guys in cover here. One is going to fire into my intercessors here. So they're in the defender protocol, so they're going to be firing twice. So we're going to go one at a time here, just firing both of them at the same time into these guys over here. Hitting on, what is it? Hitting on 4s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so strength 6, wounding on 3s. Alrighty, so we've got 1, 2. There's 1, 2 in there, so wound on 3s, right? Yeah. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds there. 6. AP -2, you said? Plus, oh, no cover bonus. I forgot about that. So no cover bonus because of that. So these are going to be 6 5-ups. Oh man, that is rough. So they are dead. Do they get to shoot? One of them does, so he is going to fire into his Tech Priest Dominus over here. 2 shots, rapid firing, supercharged, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Master. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds, AP -4. 5 up, no, so he is dead. Sorry, he's got the feel no pain, so he's got 4 feel no pains. 6s. No, now he's dead. And now the other one's gonna fire into the intercessors over here. That one's cocked. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, and these are going to be wounding on 3s. All right, that one's cocked. All right, so we've got 2 misses, so 5 wounds. 5 AP -2, so 5 5-ups. Making 3 of them. Brutal. All right, so that's the end of the Adeptus Mechanicus turn here on turn 3. He got overwhelming firepower, and that is it, unfortunately. So we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Dark Angels on turn 4. All right, objectives for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. I got priority orders received and then drew area denial for that one, so pretty good. I got Big Game Hunter, which is right now I can't achieve it, but I could have achieved it when he had his Knight. So I had to keep that one. And then I got Secure Objective 4, which is way back in his end zone. There's nothing I can do about that one. So that is it for the objectives. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, so movement phase here for the Dark Angels. These guys all stood still, so my Heavy Bolters and my Whirlwind stood still. My Intercessors are moving up. These Intercessors are moving up. My Chaplain is advanced up there to keep up with his guys. These guys are all coming up this way, behind my 1 Hellblaster that I got left there. My Speeder stood still, and my Scout stood still. So that is it for the movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. We'll come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, so starting off the Psychic phase, my Psyker is going to cast Smite onto his Castellan robots over there. So looking for 5. Getting it with a 7, so D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds with a fill face. And now he's going to cast Trephination onto them. That goes off with an 11. Ooh, I wish I could have swooped it around the other way. So Trephination is, I rolled 2d6, adding 2 to this roll because it was more than 10, and then we minus their leadership, they take that many mortal wounds. So 9, 10, 11, so they take 1 mortal wound because their leadership, 10, killer. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, my 1 lone Hellblaster here is going to start firing into the Castellan robots. He is going to supercharge, and he's in rapid fire range, so we got 2 shots, hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits, strength 8, wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Lieutenant. Whoa, that was flying everywhere. Don't get to reroll it again. So that's 1 wound at AP -4, so 5-up invul save. No, goes through, so that is 2 damage. So the last one is dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. All right, so now the Intercessors here are going to fire into his Cataphron Destroyers over there. So we got 10 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, they did move, so no rerolling those 1s. Wounding on 5s. Now these Intercessors are going to see if they can do any better into his Cataphron Destroyers. 10 shots now, hitting on 3s. They also move, so no rerolling them 1s. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1. All right, 1. AP -1. 4, 5 plus. Oh, and he's good. All right, my whirlwind's gonna fire into the Castellan robot over here. So that's two D3 shots. All right, so we got 4 shots. Looking for hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Oh no, they're toughness 7, right? So wounding on 4s, so it's still 1 wound. AP -1. So looking for a 4 up.
I'm going to risk the 5 up to bounce it.
Oh, he's going to try the 5 up invul save? No, it goes through, so that is 2 wounds onto him. All right, so these heavy bolter guys are going to fire into his Castellan robot. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because they because of Grim Resolve, so that is 2 misses. Strength 5, toughness 7, so looking for 5s to wound. Whoa, that was pretty good. I'll take that. So we've got 4 wounds at AP -1.
I'm going to take the 3 up.
He's going to go for the 3 up, so it's a 4 up armor save. Makes 3 of them. Well done. And now my land speeder is going to fire into him. We're going to go with the assault cannon first, hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Not getting to reroll because he is a vehicle. Looking for 5s to wound because he's toughness 7. Got 1 wound, AP -1. 4 up. No, goes through. I spend a command point to reroll it, and that's good. And now the heavy bolter. Don't get to reroll those. That is not a wound. All right, my ancient's gonna fire, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits into the Castellan robot. Sorry, people, I didn't mention that. 1 wound at AP -1, and he's good. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, these intercessors are going to charge into his Castellan robot, looking for 6s.
He surrounded me.
All right, got 3 hits over there. All right, strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Got 1 wound. A 3 up, oh no, it's -2, right? Yeah, so that Dubro is dead. And they are looking for a 9-inch charge to get in. Oh, come on. Oh. All right, now these intercessors are going to charge into his Cataphren destroyers. So he's going to fire with the blasters first. Getting 2 hits. 1 wound. AP -1. Nope, 1 is dead. And now 3d6 for the plasma, not overcharging. So 1, 2, 3d6. I forgot it. Sorry, 3-6 shots. Looking for 6s to hit. Getting 1, 2. Okay. Wounded on 3s. Nothing there. So need a 7-inch charge. Oh. Why you gotta do that to me? Oh man, all right. Well, that's the end of the Dark Angel's turn there. So we'll come back to you. The cards that I did get, may as well just come over here. Area Denial, he's not within 6 inches of the center, but he is within 12, so I got the points for that. What did I get for that? Within 6, I got 1 victory point for that, and then I got an additional D3 because it was the priority orders received. Oh no, an additional 3 victory points, which is pretty good. So that's going to be 4 victory points for that. And then I did not get Big Game Hunter, and I did not get Secure Objective 4. So we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the whatchamacallit, for the Mechanicus here on turn 4. Yeah. All right, so my opponent drew Hold the Line, Secure Objective 2, and Priorities Received, Defend Objective 6. His Warlord is dead, so he can't get Priority Orders Received. Secure Objective 2 is back there in my end zone, and Hold the Line. He has 3 units, so it's technically possible. So, but I think he might be a little bit out of 12 inches, so that might be, it actually might be impossible for him to get. He has to be completely within. No, yeah, he's a little bit out, so that means he can't get it. So that is it for the... That is it for the cards drawn. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase. His Cataphren destroyers moved across the board over here. He had to stay still because of his protocols, and then those guys stood still inside of their building there. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so we're going to start off the shooting phase with his Rangers shooting into my Hellblaster over here. Hitting on 3s, no rerolls, so that's 2 misses there. Strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. 3. AP nothing. AP nothing. So 3 2-up saves. Oh, and I failed it, and he's dead. Does he get to fire back? No, he does not. Oh, killer. All right. All right, so his Cataphront Destroyers here are going to shoot the blasters into my intercessors here. One of the plasma is going to go into the intercessors, and then the other two are going to go into my land speeder. So we're going to go with the blasters first. Hitting on 4s, so that's 4 hits. Wounding on 3, so that's 3 wounds. AP -1, so 3 4-ups. And I make them all. Woo! And now he's going to overcharge with one guy into here. So 1 shot. Oh no! So he's going to be dead, but and also doesn't. He's got 1 command point. He's going to re-roll that into a hit. There you go.
Will it blend?
No, it does not wound.
8 is double your
Oh, it's 8. Oh, it is 8. Yes, that is going to wound. I forgot he's supercharged.
2 damage.
So that is 2 damage. -4? I thought they were -3. Hold on a second. Yep. So it's AP -3, looking for a 6-up. No fill phase. So one of them is dead. And now 2d6 into my skimmer.
That guy.
Oh man, 6 shots coming in here. These are not supercharged. These are supercharged. So hitting on 4s.
No ones.
Oh,
No
he's got the
ones!
1-1. The 1-1.
No.
So
One guy dies.
one guy's gonna be dead, and then you've got 4 hits there. One guy's gonna be dead. 4 hits. Wounding on whatchamacallit? Strength 8. So looking for 3s to wound. Getting 4 wounds.
2 damage each.
Ooh, this will kill it if I don't make any of these 6-up saves. Because I didn't advance him, so he doesn't have the jink. And I make 1, 2 damage, 6. Ooh, 1 second. At 2 each, that's enough, exactly enough to kill him, and he's not in range to kill anybody with his explosion, so he's dead. And now the Castellan robot's gonna fire into my intercessors. 18 shots. Hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. Wounded on 3s. All right, so we got. You already spent a command point on the other guy. Sorry.
One anyway.
Yeah. All right, so that is going to be 4 wounds.
Enough to kill those 2 guys.
Okay, so 4 AP -2, right?
Yep.
So looking for 5-ups. And I make 1 of them, so 1's still alive.
No, there was not.
Yeah, all right, that's the end of the Adeptus Mechanicus turn here, and that's he didn't score anything there. So we'll come back to you with the cards for the Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, so I got Defend and Secure Objective 1 and Assassinate. Objective 1's over here, so I'll be good for that one. But that is it for the cards. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase. The snipers have stood still. The Whirlwind stood still. My Heavy Bolter stood still. My Intercessor here moved into cover. These Intercessors moved into cover. My Chaplain is moving up. All of my characters over here are moving up, and that is it. We're trying to spring the trap here. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, we're gonna start off with Smite into his Castellan robot over there. So looking for 5. Oh, okay, so it goes off. I saw the 6, I thought I was gonna get another barrels. All right, here we go. Looking for D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds, and he is dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. And now he is going to cast Trephination onto his Cataphront Destroyers over there, looking for 7 to go off. No, does not go off. All right, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so my Whirlwind's going to start us off by firing into there. 2d3 shots, getting 4 shots. These are hitting on 3s. All righty. Strength 7, wounding on 3s. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. 5 up. No, goes through, 2 damage. All right, so then the Heavy Bolters here are gonna fire into the Cataphront Destroyers. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling, nope, there are no 1s there, so just those 2s are misses. These are Strength 5, Toughness 5, so looking for 4s to wound. All righty then. That is 4 wounds at AP -1. So we got 4 5-up saves. Failed 3 of them. So 1 is dead, and the other one has 2 wounds left. 2 wounds on him, 1 left. And then my 1-man intercessor squad there is going to fire into him. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound at AP -1. So 1 5-up. No, he is dead. All right, so these guys are going to fire into there. I've got, what, 3 guys left there? 4 guys left there. So they are going to be hitting on 3s into his Rangers. That is 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, AP -1, +1 because they're in cover. 4 ups. Makes them both. And then my Ancient's going to fire into them. Not a hit. And that is it for the shooting phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. We will come back to you. I did score secure objective 1, and I'm working on defend objective 1. So we'll come back to you with the cards for Ad Mech here on turn 5. All right, so my opponent drew Witch Hunter, Domination, Psychological Warfare. So we will come back to you with the movement phase, or lack thereof, and probably just shooting phase. All right, so movement phase, he just moved a couple guys around there so that he is the closest. So here we go, hitting on 3s. All right.
Only 2 misses.
Oh, hitting on 4s, I'm sorry, yep, so 2. Oh, no, hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
Was that other one a 3? No? Okay.
No, that was
all right,
1 or 2.
here we go. So these are now wounding on 4s. Getting 3 wounds.
AP -1 on 2 of them.
AP -1 on 2 of them. So he's on cover there, so he's going to be 3 up for those 2. Make them both. And then 2 up, but he does take a wound. So that is the end of the Mechanicus turn here. And that is also going to be the end of the game with a resounding Dark Angel victory. Even if it went on to another turn. Which it doesn't. So it is officially the end of the game. We didn't have to call it, so it's officially over. So that was a pretty strong showing by the Dark Angels there. We came in, everything did what I wanted them to do, and yeah, that was kind of crazy. The Reavers, I'm telling you, the Reavers are one of the most underrated units out for the Primaris line here. I had a friend over here who's saying not true, but I'm telling you, they went in there and they held those Cataphren robots there. So I did remember the shock grenades, except they were vehicles that I was attacking, so it didn't even matter. So yeah, that was killer. They did awesome. You know, them getting in there were totally worth their points, holding up those Cataphren the Cataphren robot? No. Yeah, Castellan robots over there, keeping them from firing all of their gajillion shots at me. And the Whirlwind did awesome. I really enjoyed shooting that Whirlwind, and having him working in conjunction with the speeders, getting those auto hits on there was pretty brutal. It was pretty awesome. And then my the heavy bolters, they did work too. They definitely made back their points that they had spent. So pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I was very happy with how everything kind of performed here. And I'm telling you, Primaris are very underrated, man. They go out there and they just kind of kill things, and they just stay where they are. Is what it comes down to. It takes a lot to get them off of there. And those Hellblasters, again, man, they made back their points. They really made back their points, especially in conjunction with the banner guy, getting those shots in, killing some more units afterwards. Yeah, it was super awesome. And I'm thinking about that banner guy, seeing what I can do to fit him into my tournament list. So we'll have to see how that goes. So yeah, so I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek. As always, my opponent's been Matt. And until next time, have fun.